All right. I'm here to measure the shoulder flexion of a seated patient. You want to make sure that the arm is in a neutral position with gravity, um, and that the axis of the goniometer is placed in the center of the humerus, just distal to the acromion process on the lateral aspect of the humerus. The stationary arm is parallel to the trunk, and the movable part is parallel to the humerus. Now, if you would please raise your arm up in front of you in flexion motion. All right, thank you. The patient here has a range of motion of 140 degrees. Next up is the measurement of shoulder extension. It has the same placement as the flexion, with the center of the axis placed in the center of the humerus, with the stationary arm parallel to the trunk and the movable arm parallel to the humerus. Now, if you could please extend behind your body, extend your arm. So here the patient has a range of motion of 50 degrees. Next, we'll be working on the shoulder abduction of a seated patient. You want to make sure the axis is placed on the acromion process of the posterior surface of the shoulder. The stationary part is parallel to the trunk, while the movable part is parallel to the humerus, and the patient will move their arm to the side of their body in the frontal plane movement. So if you may. All right, thank you. The patient has a range of motion of 125 degrees. Next up is the measurement of the shoulder internal rotation of a seated patient. You want to make sure that the axis is placed on the olecranon of the process of the elbow. The stationary part is parallel to the forearm as well as the movable bar. Now, if you may, please move your arm down some. All right, here we are. Now, the patient here has degrees of 55 degrees. The next measurement is that of a shoulder external rotation. Um, the axis of a seated patient, the axis should be placed on the olecranon process of the elbow. The stationary and the movable part are parallel to the forearm. If you could please move your arm. All right. Here, the measurement for the patient is 50 degrees.